All right, Bruce, we're finally getting some interior work done. David Tucker is my interior man that's helping me with this interior, and luckily he's moved down the road here, and he has been coming out here helping me put this interior in. This is one of the most complex tops with the way all the panels go in. We have to get all this in before we can put the top on. So we've got all these panels. Every piece of wood gets wrapped, a material, some of that PVC plastic wrapped in leather and then nailed or glued over the wood. And then all these panels in here, it kind of stacks up and the leather gets thick, so it's kind of difficult to get in here. But David has done a genius job of being able to work all this down. These bows being wrapped, and this bow, the wrapping of the leather around that bow wood is just perfect. And then, you're going to have your leather. Then you're going to have, this is a different type fabric that's like what's going to be on the headliner. Then I've got another panel that's got to go in right here that you'll see behind this leather. Then I've got a headliner that's going to go over the top of this leather. Then under that's going to be our straps. It's got to go under the headliner and under the top. And then all this has to fit in here. And we're making every panel. The kit we bought for it didn't fit real well, so the time we got done making each panel fit, I ended up just remaking it all out of the PVC plastic, and that way it'll last forever. The other stuff was that paper board. So I want to give you a closer look at all this and how nice. Look at how that fitment is, and the wind lacing is outstanding. I was able to cut that wood down so that wind lacing fits real nice and tight. Then David Tucker come in here and he fabricated this wind lacing. He sewed it in the corner so that it would have a nice corner right here, and it all just looks so good in here. But before I put all the top on, all this inside's got to be done. Then these have to go in. These are the straps that will hold your back window open when the back window opens. To know where these straps have to go, if I don't have these pins in the right spot, you might not be able to get the window up and latched, or it might be too loose to where it's hanging. And I want to try to get them out as far as I can and as close to this as possible. There'll be a limit of where I can get them to, but I just want to make sure they work before I anchor the window down, because the window goes in first. I actually put the snaps on across the back, lock the window down square, put it on, then all the top will be built around it. But as I was doing the back window, it's been like all the other parts. It doesn't fit well either. The back of your car, where it has this crown to it, they've got it straight across. So I thought, well, it's not a big deal. I'll just cut it open, pull the fabric back, and trim that off. Well, when we peeled that back, we found another problem. So I want to show you that, and then show you kind of what's going on and how this interior looks. Here, you can see how nice that header panel looks, and how the corner's wrapped in leather, and look how nice and tight all that leather is, and how it wraps around the corner, and how it's stacked up, how good that wood fits in that corner, and all that leather, and all this back. This is wrapped around that wood with some foam on it, so the interior is really, really coming out, and you can see how much staples and stretching. This corner right here is really a tough corner to get that leather that nice and that tight all the way around it. So that's coming along good. But right here is what I was talking about. This is the crown. Your car has a little crown right there, and this is where the window snaps. And I've got dead center right here is where I was working on putting it there. But the way they've cut your back window, it's straight across. So if I have it here where it's tight right here, you can see the leather on both sides here and here, and that's not going to work. So before I can do anything, I've had to go over, took it over to David's, and he cut it open. And when I got it cut open, got in here looking, inside here, all they use, this is a yardstick from like Lowe's, and it's riveted in there. There's no way I can get that out without taking those rivets loose. So I was able, I slid a piece of metal in behind there and used my cutoff tool, and I cut that dude. Like a hyper tough 36-inch yardstick is what they use for that, which is as straight as an arrow, which makes it not makes it touch here and not touch here, and this needs a crown to it. So I've went in here and reproduced your crown. This is the crown that you have. So I've had to cut 8 millimeters off of the center, and that's putting it right at that buckle. So trying to cut that off without touching this fabric, touching that fabric anywhere, which would damage this part. It was a chore, and this is the piece. This is the piece I cut off of it. Is the millimeter side of it, and that piece now is 8 millimeters in the middle, and then I had to put an arch in it. But that was extremely difficult. I thought there would be a piece of plastic or something I could cut. I didn't realize it was going to be a piece of aluminum. But I did it without damaging the material at all, and now I'm fixing to run it back over to David's and have this sewn back with an arch on it, and then that way it fits the back window, the back radius right here, and then I can lock this down, get it dead center, get my zippers dead center where they need to be. Then I can raise it up and see where these top pins need to go to hold that window, and then we can work on putting it in, and I can go ahead and staple the back window in, and then work the top out. The rest of the top is a little longer, and you can cut it to fit around here. But where it matches around this window, it's already sewn and pre-made, so that has to go in there first. But this interior is really, really going to look nice. And when you have your back window up, you're going to see this. This is our little, we call it hide 'em. It's got a nail. You tack a nail in the middle of it, and then you paint it closed. So you can see right there, you tack a nail right there, and then you close it. So I've got it folded over real nice where it's right in that body line right there. It's a good spot, and it's gonna look good. But extremely difficult top to put on because of the multi-layer of it all. And then I've got these panels over here that have to go on there too. So these will go on the sides there, and then the top will go on over that. And then eventually I've got your rear window here that we found on eBay, and it will go once I get your window material up in place. Then I will cut this out and put that glass in. So yeah, it's really, really coming together. This leather looks so good in here. You can kind of see what I mean about it stacking up. So it's a little thick there, so I'll have to take some of that down for these side panels and just trimming back. And look how all this corner looks back here. Look at all that and the fitment on that. So nice. Smells good. Look at the wind lace down through there. How good that looks. All right, so I'm going to get back at it.